Cultivate Happiness, Master Life. Chapter 2, The Mindset of Happiness. Now, I understand the information about happiness. However, life always has ups and downs. So how can I maintain a happy energy source? We are human, so we are influenced by human nature. To maintain happiness energy, we must be rich in mentality. What does being rich in mentality means? Mindset is an emotional state of the mind. A person rich in mentality is someone who always maintains consistent emotional states of gratitude in relations, compassion in nature, and inner peace in mind. You mean human relations are shaped by human emotions? There are many emotions, but we should lead with the emotion of gratitude. There are 16 human natures. We just need to remember the nature of compassion, and in our mind, we are always peaceful, right? You remembered very well. To be happy, you need to be compassionate toward people, appreciate things, events, and people, and be peaceful in your mind. Let's make this clear together. What do you understand compassion to be? It is that we are altruistic toward people, overlook their mistakes, and forgive them, right? Currently, we are confusing the concepts of forgiveness, tolerance, altruism, and compassion, so it makes it difficult for us to be compassionate toward others. I was fortunate to be guided by a wise man to clarify these concepts. Let me give you examples to help you visualize. For a person with the virtue of forgiveness, if another person makes 10 over 10 parts of fault, the following person will be affected 10 portions over time. The other faults diminish to 6 to 7 portions. The point here is that the other faults are still planted, and we think that we have let go of the other's faults. But when their faults are repeated, the emotion explodes. The essence for forgiveness still contains many of the other faults. Figure 7. People with the virtue of forgiveness. A person with the virtue of tolerance will diminish the faults of another person. So that if someone makes 10 over 10 parts of fault, the tolerant person will only be affected 6 to 7 portions. Over time, the other faults diminish to 6 to 5 portions. The point here is that the other faults are still below average, and we almost think that the other faults no longer exist. But when their faults are repeated few more times, the emotions still explode. The essence of tolerance still contains some of the other's faults. Figure 8. People with virtue of tolerance. A person with the virtue of altruism will diminish the faults of another, so that if someone makes 10 over 10 parts of fault, only 4 to 5 parts remain in that person. Over time, the faults continue to diminish, leaving 1 to 2 parts or perhaps no fault at all. The essence of altruism contains very little fault in others. Figure 9. People with the virtue of altruism. A person with the virtue of compassion is completely different. If the other person makes 10 parts of fault, one of those faults affects the compassionate person at all. The essence of compassion is that it does not contain the other's fault. It is respect, understanding, and acceptance. Figure 10. People with the virtue of compassion. So, forgiveness and tolerance still cling to things, right? Yes, in the face of repeated mistakes, those with the virtues of forgiveness and tolerance can no longer maintain those virtues. They will still cling to and be annoyed by the mistakes the other has caused them. However, compassion is different. compassion entails acceptance. It compels respecting and understanding the differences of other from oneself in customs, concepts of living, religions, race, and ways of acting. Compassion may be extended even when others do things that one disagrees with, though to a certain extent we may consciously guide them toward goodness. In other words, compassion is a mental state that does not cling to anything happening in the mind due to the impact of external circumstances. Compassion is a mental state where greed and imagination are stopped. A person who is compassionate toward others is someone whose mental state does not cling to anything in the behaviors of others. Compassion is eternal love. This energy source helps people be always happy, not clinging to troubles with others. How can I get out of my head and stop clinging to the 10 parts of thought it caused? To do this, you need to understand another concept, the emptiness of all things. Thanks for watching, and remember, to give is to take.